All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in here. And thank you for Kingpins24 for giving us the opportunity to discuss why social media is a vital communication tool for the whole supply chain to capitalize on. My name is Annie Wells and I'm the founder of Simply Suzette. And I'd like for Wouter to introduce himself first.
I'm Wouter Munnichs. I'm the founder of Long John, an online denim magazine. And next to that, I'm working as a denim specialist for brands and retail.
Perfect. And Eda?
Hi, I'm Eda Dikmen. I'm working as the marketing and communications manager of Soorty.
And Matthew?
My name is Matthew Wilson. I run the creative services and consultancy agency Cee Are Dee, as well as consulting with several brands and then running the YouTube channel dedicated to raw denim called Rope Dye.
And Thomas?
Hi everyone, my name is Thomas and I run the site Denim Hunters. So Denim Hunters started as a blog, but today it's a consultancy platform and I help businesses tell stories that help them sell more.
Amazing. And last but not least, we have Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin Meijerink. I'm the founder of Robin Denim. I started as a blogger in 2014, I guess, and today I'm also freelancing for some companies doing all kind of marketing.
Sure. We're all aware here that social media has become one of the most important consumer touchpoints for brands, mills, and manufacturers to capitalize on. And we've pretty much seen almost every company take hold of that. So my first question for you guys as social media experts, how have you seen social media influence purchasing behavior? Or in other words, how has social media influenced the consumer journey? And Eda?
I would like to look at this from both sides, both from the consumer side and also from the production side. I think, like, I clearly see there is a demand and there is an increasing demand towards transparency. People are now more and more involved in what is going on. They want to learn more, they want to know more. So internet and the ease of sharing knowledge, the ease of sharing experiences is improving this. So learning what is happening at the background is simply affecting their journey. They want to know what has been going on from the field till the moment they buy it from the shelves. And it's also building a community. So I think it's also helping us shape what we share, what we do, like how we take care of things. We find ways to get in touch with each other and share our common passion. And with the information becoming accessible, I think, yeah, it's enabling consumers just to push the brands as well. So it's all a cycle, I think, in multiple details, from which brands we go shopping to what we look at in the care label. Or another side is that it's also like shaping, I think all this sharing information and looks is also improving the day trends are set and spread. So yeah, it has so many different aspects on how we behave, how we shop.
Definitely. I think one of the big ones is how consumers see trends for sure. And also just that transparency aspect. It's so easy for consumers to access information off social media. So I definitely see that. Matthew, any thoughts on that?
I've seen it influence the industry in every level from, well, if we're talking about the consumer journey and also the availability of these products towards the consumer, that goes back to the buyers and the brands offering their products to the buyers. And so it used to be like twice a year, they'd turn up at the trade shows, they'd see the collections, they'd place an order directly there. Nowadays, the trade shows they're certainly still important, but they're only one small part of that. You see the buyer go past, seeing something he likes, maybe have a discussion, take a business card. Then when he's back home, he won't place an order then and there. That's pretty rare. When he's back home or in his hotel room, he's going to look up and see what that brand actually offers directly to the consumers. He's going to see if that lifestyle that the brand is promoting, the aesthetic that the brand is promoting, aligns with his customer base, his store, and he's going to make his decision from there. And equally, the consumer are going to be demanding those brands that have this alignment with what their lifestyle aspirations are or what their aesthetic aspirations are. They're going to be wanting that, and they're going to demand that from the stores. So with all brands, it's so important for them to have this really clear identity, this really transparent identity that they can communicate very well with their customers. And this is, I know buyers make their decisions with what brands are doing a good social media account. I mean, the most obvious example of this is the hype that's grown up over the past 10 years. You know, that's directly to do with brands reaching directly to the consumers and forcing buyer behavior in stores towards that. And if you take it to, I mean, we're talking about the sustainability level here, that's become more and more relevant. So the brands actually have a chance to tell that story as well as the lifestyle story, the aesthetic story that they want to tell. So it all just works in lockstep. It all just works hand in hand.
It's all really cohesive. And I'm wondering, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The brands who do it well, they've got a cohesive, they've got a very well curated image that they can actually tell, and they know how to use these platforms as tools to influence buyer behavior.
And I'm wondering if Wouter has anything to add on that.
I think Wouter's disappeared.
Okay, so maybe Robin, you want to chime in on that one then, and we'll try and get Wouter back.
Yeah, I think it changed the consumer behavior entirely. When I look at myself, like 10 years ago, it's also a matter of age, of course, but when I was looking for a new pair of jeans or a jacket, I was only looking at the style and the price. And that was not because I wasn't interesting, but it was because there was not so much information available. Today with the social media, the story of the garment, the story behind the garment is playing a larger role, I guess. So who made my clothes? What materials are in it? How has it been made? I think social media is giving companies the opportunity to communicate the story behind the garment, which is very an added value, if you ask me.
Authenticity too can really show throughout your messaging there. And I'm wondering if Wouter has anything to add on that.
From a consumer perspective, I think it's very important nowadays to show them the total chain of a production of a product, for example, to be transparent in it, to showcase where the products are coming from, to develop an item, for example. A lot of consumers are also very eager to learn more about it and to know a little bit more about it as well. And as a business perspective, you can jump on it, of course, and to showcase it. How are you producing? How are you working with people? Showcasing your partnerships, for example. I think that's becoming more and more important nowadays because people are just getting more and more aware of what they are buying. So the value price is becoming more important and has to be in a perfect balance. So social media is a perfect tool to make a connection with that and to showcase all the steps which you didn't saw back in the days like 20 years ago, for example.
And Thomas, is there anything you'd like to add to here?
Sure. I mean, so I'm going to be a little provocative here and say that I think social media is misunderstood by a lot of companies. And I say that because, you know, it seems that some are missing the social part of it and not actually having that conversation that we're having right now, because, you know, social media is not a billboard. It's a place to have a conversation like you would in a store or a showroom or something like that. And so I think if you're investing in social media, and most companies do, and they should, but you should also, you know, make sure that you actually put effort into it, into being active there. And I'm not saying that you need to post like 3, 4, 7 times a day or a week or whatever. Maybe not a day, but yeah.
Yeah, I think based on all of those answers, definitely authenticity, transparency, and ease of access is definitely the key things. And you know, one of the main things the industry needs today is communication and that consumer touch point, and to be able to communicate the values of their product and the processes that were involved with that. But with limited word counts and captions, you know, Twitter, I don't even know how many characters, it's like 150 characters you're allowed. I find it's easy to oversimplify messaging, and sometimes that can lead to misunderstandings behind the value of a product and sometimes even greenwashing.